Happy September, everyone! Fall's on its way. That means it's time to button up. So I thought I'd do another sewing tutorial about how to sew on a button. This may very well be the easiest thing there is to do in sewing, but it's a #1 thing I get asked by my friends to do when they split the button of their pants or shirt or shoes or what else has buttons? Bellies. They split their belly buttons. That one I don't know how to fix. That brings us to all the different kinds of buttons in the world. Let's list them now. This is a 2-hole button. This is a 4-hole button. This is a button with a hole in the back. This is a snap button. This is a button that looks like a teapot. This is a promotional button. This is your grandma's button. This is your button on drugs. And that about covers it. So first you take your needle and you thread it. You thread it. You thread it, thread it, thread it. Don't need too much thread. It helps to make a mark with a pen or a pencil, just a small mark where your buttonhole will go. If it's on a shirt, you don't want it too high or too low. There's an episode of Seinfeld for that. And if it's your pants, you don't want it too tight or too loose. Fun thing though, if you are trying to tighten or loosen your pants, I'm guessing loosen or the button wouldn't have burst in the first place, then it helps to make a little mark where your button will go so it doesn't get off. Now you'll take your threaded needle, hold your button in place against the mark you just made somewhere, and hold it down. If you're not able to hold it down, you can always just tape it down with masking tape or painter's tape or VHS tape. Just kidding. That wouldn't work and no one would know where to find that. When you first poke your needle through, poke it through on the inside of your shirt or shorts, because fun thing about the knot you tied at the end of your needle, it'll go right through the button. For the first couple stitches, you'll still need to hold your button in place. But eventually, your button will hold itself in place and you'll be able to see where the holes are from the opposite end based on where your thread has already been. I'm using white thread because it is the most generic, but obviously try to use whatever thread was used on all of the other buttons or whatever thread matches your material. Your material. Your material. Your material. We don't need to sing. With a 4-hole button, just do your stitches up and down and left and right. I wouldn't recommend doing diagonal, though you're welcome to do that if you like to make things your own. And obviously with a 2-hole button, you just go left to right to left to right to left to right. So now I feel like my button's on there pretty good and strong. Better than it was before anyway. Thanks a lot. Candies. Stupid brand. Candy is supposed to be a food, not shorts. Once you have your knot, cut off all the excess thread. And there you go. Look at that, reunited, and it feels so good. I hope you liked it, and by all means, if you are a stitching wannabe and you want me to do any kind of sew how-to, just feel free to comment below. This is a new style. Just, you know, shorts as like a scarf. Just toss it. I'm hip.